And hello again. So this time about the process subroutine. I have already created some variables because I was recording, but I have got the issue with the video drivers. So let's see what we have here. Oh gosh, my mouse is still lagging. Okay. So I have decided to create some variables and to make a small example. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to control the traffic lights. So I have red light, yellow and green. I also have one word to control the steps. This is something I will show you how it works. And also I have enable disable bit. I'm not going to expand my previous program, so let's begin with something new. Also in my HMI I have red, yellow and green lights. Addresses are the same like in PLC. So I have started with M400, and as you can see, red light is for M400, 401 and 402. Also I have enable disable bit 410 and step indication D400. So let's open this window, and what I'm going to do now, I will use always true. Oops. Sometimes I work with the DVP series PLC, sometimes with AS, so it's hard to remember what is what. So this time, okay, let's delete this. What I'm going to do is to reset green, yellow and red lights with this bit. So as you remember, we have enable disable bit. I have created one more variable. This is this bit, and we also have step number word, this one, and let's write value as 0. So it's, or if it's 0, what we are going to do, we are going to enable red light, and we also we are going to use timers. So for example, this time I will start with this number because I have used some timers in other subroutines, but let's ignore them at this time. So for example, we want 5 seconds for this timer, and once the timer is completed, I will move. We can move, for example, 1 to the next step, but I recommend you to leave some gaps between the steps, because maybe later you will need to insert something between 1 and 0. So let's try to use 0 and the second step will be 10. So I will copy this part, and on this point what we are going to do, we will use another timer. What's the next step? Maybe you remember. Let's take 2 seconds for this. 20. And the next, maybe it depends on the country also, but I think we have red and yellow. It's just an example. I will copy this, and the next step will be 20 once the time is complete. So what's the in the next step, we are going to enable green light, another timer for, let's say, 5 seconds. And let's jump to another step. Another step will be green plus, I think, in this step, in my country, for example, we have blinking green for some points, for some time. So I'm going to use system memory clock bit. Oops. Again, I'm writing system memory. It's this address. And we will blink it, for example, another timer for 3 seconds. And let's jump to another step. And we'll copy this. After this, we have, I think, yellow light, yes. Let's use another timer. And let's take 2 seconds. And green blinking, yellow, and what we are going to do, we will jump to the first step where we have red light. I think like this, right? I need to enable communication driver. Start. Okay. Tools. Let's check simulator DVP. Okay. Let's try to download to our PLC. And let's go online. We see our PLC is in the stop mode, so I will run it. It's the simulator, I don't have real PLC, so you can download ISP soft and DOP soft from Delta webpage. It's completely free. I will check the communication here. Be sure I'm using simulator DVP here, communication simulation, and let's try to use offline simulation. So you see our step number is 0. Let's move camera here, and now I'm going to enable this bit. Now you see red light is on. Let's try to scroll a little bit. Okay, maybe make like this. Oops. I need more space. Green. Green blinking. Yellow and red again. 5 seconds. Red and yellow. Green. And once we will press disable bit, everything is disabled, but traffic lights are working a little bit different way. So I'm going to edit a little bit a program. So when this bit is not enabled, what we need to do is to blink on yellow, right? I'm going to use this system memory bit. Only be sure the reset bits are on the top. As you can see, now it's blinking, but once we will enable, it starts working on our traffic lights. The issue here is we need to, from this position, jump to 0 with start with the red light. So what I'm going to do here, move 0 to step, and also I need to move this bit here. If so, now you can see it's blinking, and we start with the red light. Green, 5 seconds, green blinking, yellow and red. Repeats again, green, I will disable. Let's imagine we have a fault in our control, and we have fixed the fault, or it's the night time. Enable, and as you can see, now it's we can also add oh, the simulator is working even if I am not online. Nice. For the traffic lights, maybe we have the sensors to detect, or maybe the red light has fault or some other. So we can add more instructions. For example, let's say if traffic light red is on, let's take the timer, and let's add half second, and let's take, we have I will make just a small example. Traffic light sensor red. If the sensor timer, I have added half second for signal detection. Let's imagine. So when the red light is on and we don't have input from traffic light sensor red, what we are going to do, we are going to reset this bit, but this time I'm going to increase this timer. Just I need some time to enable it, so I will use 3 seconds, but technically it could be less. Let's go to our HMI program, and I'm going to copy this, just what was address 403. Let's write here the name red light sensor, for example, like this. Okay, let's try now. I'm going to enable it, and we have sensor. This time it's it's just too long because we have traffic light red, timer. We are resetting here, so this part must be at the end of our steps. Let's see again. Red is on. See? Let's try to enable it one more time. And the error has been detected. Let's take the sensor has been activated. I will disable it because the light is off. And enable it. Now, let's see if we will get this light error. Maybe the cable has been broken or the light is not, it has fault. One more time. See? But if it's working well, then it's working well. So this is a small example how easy you can write the program in automatic process by using Word. And what I actually do, I reset here all these bits, and only in the position, in the step number where I need, I set them. So, do you remember the station with vacuum suction pads in our output subroutine? Where is it? We have a pneumatic valve, yes. So let's imagine we need to activate the vacuum at some point, right? Let's say at this point, right? But we do, let's imagine we pick up the product and move with it to the position. If I will reset it here, where's the vacuum? Vacuum. If I will reset it like this way, once the process will be stopped at this point, it will disable the vacuum even if I need to hold the product at this point. So to solve this issue, what I'm going to do, I will, instead of using normally open contact here, I'm going to use this way. So let's see now. Find simulation. Enable, disable. See, but vacuum is still on. See our vacuum, even I have stopped the process, the vacuum is enabled because I have stopped it in. Let's go to another step. Or is it enabled? Still in sensor error. See? Linking. Vacuum enabled. But let's say I have got sensor error. The vacuum is still holding my product. It's traffic light now and vacuum section path, but I hope you understand what I mean. You can use this technology not to reset everything by normally open contact, but at some situations like vacuum sections pad, you can use reset signal only when the process is enabled. So you will keep holding the product even when the process will be stopped. And I hope you understand the point of using words with step numbers to create your process. It is very easy to control it now, and I also add in my HMI window the step number here, so I can easily see what's going on. I see something doesn't work well, I check what's the process number is displayed here, go to my process subroutine and check, oh, maybe I did mistake here and I need to fix it. This time, that's all.